What is up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see if we got this going. We do. All right, so a little short stream today. I'm gonna enjoy the Super Bowl this afternoon, but I wanted to finish that AP reset I'm doing, and then my alt. I've actually never done the new player Questline. I don't have another theater mask there, Nick. I actually don't have any giveaways today at all. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have something. What's going on there, Crazy Ghost? Yeah, anyway, so I want to get this AP reset finished up, but then I want to take my alt through adventure mode. So if anyone else has alts that still need to go through adventure mode, you can feel free to join me on US West when we get to that point. And I will happily give your alt the full ride through adventure mode. But yeah, anyway, let's just go ahead and hop on in and get things started here. Where were we anyway? Let's see. We're at 316, so not many maps to do to finish up this AP reset. What's going on, Turbo? How you doing? Happy Sunday to all of y'all. If there's any Niners or Chiefs fans here, the Super Bowl here in a few hours. That should be a good game. You've officially hit the boredom stage of DD2. Take a break. Go play something else and then come back. Is the way to do it. Go play some last Epoch there, Guardy. That's what I'm going to be playing tonight. They're coming up on their launch here. Yeah, play DD1. DD1 is always a excellent go-to. All right. What do we have? It's like no controlled burn anywhere. That's a good thing. So I think we'll just slap it all down here. We'll do a full stack here. Get a reflect beam in here, just in case anything gets uppity out of there. It's actually a Timmy lane, so shouldn't really be an issue. But yeah, I think my next, I'm at kind of a dead stage in POW World. I've just got everything fully decked out, and you know, like all the bosses are super trivial. Thanks for following there, Missing. Let's see. We got a little bit of change left. We can throw a couple over here too, just for giggles. Well, that leaves 30. Actually, you know what? Let's just drop a flame aura right here to help out with Any flyers that decide to push through? So what y'all up to today? What up, Firebird? I'm doing good. Doing good. We're going to have a couple neighbors are probably going to come over today to watch the Super Bowl. We're going to have some yummy snacks and probably a few adult beverages. Should be enjoyable. Spiders are indeed assholes. There's no doubt. You reach Chaos 2 with your PC account? Nice. Oh no, there will be no watching Twitch during the Super Bowl. Not for me. I'm not as much of a football fan anymore, but I used to be, and my wife is still a pretty big NFL fan, so gotta do the things, you know. But there will definitely be no Twitch going on during the Super Bowl for me. I might actually fire up a semi-AFK game that I can just come and check on every 20 minutes or so. Actually, that's probably about where I'm at in Pow World, to be honest. I mean, I've got a few more breeds I could do, but just sitting there waiting for eggs. Super Bowl's starting way too late for you. I mean, that's fair. And I mean, yeah, it's a American sport. It's, you know, not super popular anywhere else. I was inundated with it when I was a kid. But this game should be a good game too. Keep letting it fly. On the quest line on my alt, it says 3 of 12 on the adventure mode. The Kansas City Swifties. Oh, I don't think anyone in Kansas City had any problem with all the extra attention. You'd watch it if you didn't have to work in 10 hours? I mean, that's fair. The Monday after the Super Bowl in the United States, I think a whole lot of people will have problems getting to work, making it to work on time. It's an excuse for people to get drunk and act stupid. Even non-football fans, you know. Just another excuse to start drinking. I think it starts in like 3 hours. Yeah, I think, I'm not 100% positive, but I believe it starts in 3 hours. What's going on there, Gut Noob? How you doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. getting ready for a day of excessive food and drink. That's mainly what the Super Bowl means for me these days. I kind of, speaking of taking a break too and playing other things, I mean, I actually posted up on my YouTube community page just a little while ago. I've been heavily thinking about playing some modded Terraria, but I don't want something I've got to grind super, super hard because there is other things upcoming. And I'm also not super good at the game. No, DD2 does not have crossplay. It's an old game. Crossplay was sadly not really a thought in many developers' minds when this game was being made. And now it's just too late to add it in. But hopefully the next Dungeon Defenders game we get, hopefully will be crossplay. Would be quite awesome, that is for sure. There we go. Smooth and easy first one. The adventure mode, I think it can just throw one aura in front of every spawn when we get to it, and it'll just melt everything. So that'll be quite trivial, but it is quite rewarding to go through and get those done. Get the free gems and the quest completion and all that. Oh, I've played pretty fully through Terraria, but I've just never played modded Terraria. I mean, I've gone as far as like automated Moonlord base, arenas, and I mean, I've done a lot in Terraria. I just have never played, any of the mods. I actually really enjoyed that. Some of the arena automations, like that the Moonlord base. That was super fun to me, making that. And then I had another one for like events, like the pirate invasion and whatnot. That was automated, which was pretty enjoyable. Right. Oh shit. God dang it. Too early in the morning. I think there's two real popular ones, Calamity, and then there's another one that's super popular. Argos? I haven't heard of that one. Let's try this again. Let's not hit G before we build this time. That'd be a crazy good idea, huh? Are you gonna play Last Epoch at all, Aramir, or are you just not interested in that one? Yep, lots of bugs, sadly. It's one of those things. Them bugs happen. Haven't looked at it. It's got some pretty good systems in it. It's like a middle road between like Diablo type gameplay versus PoE levels of complexity. It's like a real good middle of the line there. It's got far more depth than Diablo games do, but nowhere near Path of Exile. Like, it's, you know, not overly challenging to go in and kind of put a build together, as long as you just look at all the nodes and, you know, use your head, so to speak. All right, let's try this again. We'll actually build this time. What do we got? We got nothing really out of the ordinary. So I think with that in mind, I can just do like 3 big stacks probably and just be good. And we'll throw a Flame Aura and Frost Strikes over here to burn out the Skellies. That should get it. People say that the loot filter is super easy, but I don't really know a ton about it. Anti-Skelly mods, oh yeah. We ever get a full-on undead Skelly map, man, those Skellies are going to get screwed. Everybody's got their share of anti-Skellies and Skelly booms. See if we can't burn through these maps nice and quick. Tell you, the loot filter in Last Epoch, it can't be as rough as PoE's loot filter. In PoE's loot filter, you know, the community has made tools that make it, you know, like that. What is it? Filter Blade, that website makes it pretty easy to throw one together. I don't think it's going to be too tough to put a loot filter together personally, but you know, it'll just require playing around with it and figuring out the basics of it. Plus, there will be an abundant amount of them to download. Where you can import somebody else's filter. There will be tons of those available for sure. Certainly there's got to be one out there that will be nice. I should look at that. I'll look at that over the next couple of days. I'm kind of excited about the game a little bit, to be honest. I wish I would have, you know, because I've had access to the game ever since early access launch. I wish I would have played it a little bit more, learn a little bit more about it. Yeah, there will be tons of stuff for sure. I mean, unless you just don't want to look at the abilities at all, I mean, I don't even really think anyone needs to follow a guide for that game. It's all pretty straightforward stuff, you know? Of course, there might be synergies you're not aware of or whatever with other things. That's always a possibility. But yeah, the game itself seems pretty easy to jump in and understand. I mean, it'll be far more complex than what they're used to for like a Diablo 3 or Diablo 4 player. But for like anyone who's ever played Path of Exile, going in and figuring out the systems and Last Epoch should be real easy for them. I think I might start. I logged into the game last night. I've got like a level 75 spin to win void guy. But I was just completely lost as far as what to do in end game. I just don't remember. It's been too long since I played it. I don't really remember where I'm at or what I'm looking at as far as the timeline and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to start... I think I'm actually going to do a paladin maybe tonight. And then... you know, have two to play around with a little. Figure once I get a paladin through to the end game, then I should be able to log back over onto my spinny boy and have a general clue of what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, I just jumped into some rando zones and killed some stuff last night just to kind of get a feel for it. The thing that was actually slightly discouraging for me is I pulled up my build from early access launch, which was, what, a couple of years ago? And the build that I'm using is the exact same build that they're recommending on max roll for the spin to win guide. Which actually was discouraging for me. Because, like, when I put that build together, max roll didn't exist. But that also tells me that there's been not a whole lot of significant changes, or no changes, with that build through the entirety of early access. Which, I mean, you would think, just naturally, as the game is developed, some things are going to change, right? Literally, everything was exactly the same. Like, the same loot, every ability the exact same, the same skill tree. So I just don't know what to think about that. Like I said, I got pretty mixed emotions. Logging into your character that you haven't looked at in years, and the game has changed so much and had so much development, yet you're already min-maxed. To me, that was a red flag. So I'm hoping that I still enjoy it, because I did find the last time I played it, I don't remember very much about the game, but I do remember finding the end game very boring. And I know they've added quite a bit to that that I haven't experienced yet. But yeah, I did find it a little bit boring. $3.18, here we come. Forgot you were still here. Happens, man. It happens. I'm finishing a Ancient Power reset right now on my alt, and then I'm gonna do the new player quest line publicly. If anybody wants in on that, that hasn't done the adventures. I'm going to blast my alt through the adventure modes. No, it's an alt account, and I've never done it. So I've never collected those new player, that new player questline rewards on my alt. And it's good rewards. So definitely, you know, I mean, you want to go through and collect all those items. What's the point of AP resets? You get a massive amount of crafting materials as you're doing it. As you see, this is just from this reset so far. You get a decent amount of gold as you're doing it, and it gives you 5% permanent gold gain for the future. So every, you know, if you do, like for example, no AP resets, you do a Chaos 10 expedition, you make about 100,000 gold. 10 AP resets, because you get 5% gain each time, and you do a Chaos 10 expedition, you're going to get about 150,000 gold. Well, if you really grind it out and you do, say, 100 AP resets, you're going to get about 600,000 gold. So it's basically, it's for gold. Plus, you're going to be grinding all these crafting materials anyway. So it gives you a bunch of the crafting materials while still earning some form of long-term progression. Let's do this and this, assuming we're going to get a thrower boss at some point. We got a controlled burn in there. So we can just do that. We got cyborgs. We do have cyborgs. Do that as well. I mean, that's the point of continued AP resets. You do your first AP reset because it unlocks the maximum ascension level caps, which gives you a tremendous power jump. And then after that, pretty much just for the gold. Man, I keep completely wonking on all my windows today here. All right, what do we got? Nothing to be overly alarmed about. I guess we'll just throw a dragon up here too, because that flame aura is not going to kill those flyers. Just throw one. All right, what do we got here? That should not be too difficult. Just do the same thing. We'll throw one, and then we'll give it a destructive pylon. There's not going to be a whole lot going on here. So, I mean, just that is like way overkill. What's up, Cake? How you doing, man? There's another game that looks kind of fun. It's still in development, but there's a demo of it. But there's like a hack and slash roguelite type game that was made by the Don't Starve people. That they put a demo out. You just finished the main story in Star Rail. I almost started that last night. Where do you play that through? Is that through Epic? Or do they have their own launcher or whatever? Yeah, I almost dove into that last night. You just download the launcher? I'm assuming being a free-to-play game and a gacha, they probably throw a bunch of stuff at you right at the start. Get a bunch of free rolls or whatever. Or free pulls. And then after that, it's all about the credit card. You get a shit ton of free stuff. Yeah, most of the gacha games do start you off pretty good. They want to encourage you to open that wallet up and bust out the credit card. Yeah, almost did it last night. The last thing I need to be doing is starting to play another gacha game, though. I mean, I still play Arknights now. Not quite like I used to, but I do still play it. It's on Epic as well. Yeah, I looked for it on Steam last night. I didn't see it, so I assumed it was either on Epic or they had their own launcher or whatever. That's mobile too, isn't it? Isn't that a mobile game as well? Or is that just PC? Oh, it is a mobile game? Arknights has a new game upcoming. Endfield, which I don't really know anything about. They had a beta test or something like a closed beta or something going, but I completely snoozed on it. The art style and everything in it looks good. Most of those kind of anime themed or anime art style games, most of them visually look real nice. The artwork always looks super clean and everything. Where are we at anyway? 318. Sorry, only two more. Only two more floors after this one. Oh no. That sucks, cake. Is it like a set banner or whatever for the free 5 stars that you get at the beginning? Like in Arknights, your freebie is off of like a new player banner where there's only a certain number of options. Oh, there was an event that gave one. So what, you get one 5-star for free as you start, and then they have events. Oh, on the first free and 50 pulls. Do they don't give you 50 pulls, do they? As a brand new player? Most people would suggest the EV there, shooter. You get a lot of free pulls? Dang. Like with Arknights, the best time to start is during their anniversary event, because you get just so much, or their half anniversary event. Enjoy what you're doing is about the only suggestion I could give. Focus on video quality. Don't release anything that's junk quality. Like my first video, I didn't know any better. And when I rendered it, I didn't render it in high definition. You know, so it wasn't in a 16:9 aspect ratio. I just didn't know, but you know. And boy, man, people called me out on that thing. Like, what the hell, dude? So, I mean, you want your video to be 1080p 60 at a minimum. And then depending on what game you're playing, some games look better than others, you know? Like Dungeon Defenders games, there's so much flashy stuff going on. A lot of times it doesn't convert very well over to video. So, like, you're better off dumbing down all your graphics. My resolution is not even correct now. Like, I never turn post-processing on while I'm recording, because it adds too much random, like, just random flashes of light. Oh, my channel is not big enough to do full. I mean, I put in full-time hours, but this is not my, you know, you don't expect to pay your bills with a channel the size of mine. It's not a whole lot of money. So I do it. I mean, like I said, I put in full-time hours, but it's my side job. What's going on, Whoops? How you doing, man? Happy Sunday. What about you, Whoops? I know you like ARPGs. Are you going to play Last Epoch? Yeah. I'm a little bit excited. Like I said, I'm a little excited about it. Last night, I almost started a new playthrough to kind of knock the rust off a little bit to get ready for launch. But yeah, I'm definitely a little bit looking forward to it. One thing I did notice last night when I logged in, you know, I've said really nothing but positive things, is I do like what I see. I think the gameplay is there, but visually it looks a little dated for a game launching in 2024. But the systems are there, the gameplay seems to be there. So as long as you don't get hung up on the visuals, you know, which, you know, I know you don't, but some people do get hung up a bit on the visuals. There's some graphics improvements coming at 1.0 as well. Well, that's cool. I mean, it just looks a tiny bit dated, you know. See, we got a controlled burn over there. We got a bullet sponge on the roller lane. Kind of stinky. Why don't we just get that roller lane dealt with here. Do something like all the good ARPGs are dated. Agreed. Right, we got no cyborgs coming over this way. I feel like we can use a water aura too, though, because we do have that controlled burn right there. Just slap a water aura there. And we'll slap one there as well. And everything else I think is pretty straightforward. The quadruple A ARPGs. Who was it that made that post? Was it Suicide Squad? Who was it that said it's quadruple A? I know that's referencing something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, the Ubisoft CEO. What the hell, huh? What does quadruple A mean? They spent stupid amounts of money on it in areas that probably the game got no improvement. Is that what quadruple A would mean? Oh, Skull and Bones was the game in question. Aha. Were people not liking the Skull and Bones thing? I thought people were digging that. No? You've heard mixed things on it? Ah. Let's see. Man, I kind of want to put a buff beam over here. I don't really want to get rid of anything. I mean, I guess we can get rid of this. Because we got Destruct a Pylon on the Water RS2. There we go. Let's just try that out here. Ubisoft has not made a whole lot of friends lately in the gaming world. I was interested in playing it too, and I've just got too much on the plate right now. That and there's the one. Like, I mean, Power World was wildly addicting. But I'm kind of at the end of the journey there, so to speak. Besides, like, starting like a hardcore playthrough or something. But I figured Last Epoch is what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks away from launch, something like that. I mean, what is today even? Today's the 11th. It's like 10 days away from launch. So it'd probably be, you know, a good time to start kind of plucking around in that one again and kind of figure out, you know, learn some of the basics over again. Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker, just knowing that that's just how it is. Definitely makes me lose interest in it. Big bummer. Big bummer. Welcome back. Welcome back. Going on there, Wichow? The millionaires need more money? Indeed. Been delayed like 6 times over 8 years. Yeah, that guy was making it a little close. Man, I need to keep an eye on the flyers here. Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much heard enough just from that. I mean, I just don't really have any big interest. Oh, it's not close, Cassie. Sometime in the next couple of months, but we don't know when. They originally said they wanted to get it out by the end of March, but that was before all of the delays happened with the last update. So I'm assuming it will probably be April, but no real guesses there. Until they give us some more word. That, and they got that, they put that big tease out on Dungeon Defenders Awaken too, which they haven't expanded on yet, so don't really know what that tease meant. While right in the middle of my live stream? Nah, I'm not gonna do that right in the middle of my live stream. I'll look at it later, but I've got kind of a general rule while I'm live streaming, and that is I ignore Discord 100%. So. Well, my YouTube chat just popped. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just missing you. Dark ass, so I'm going to give Blue Protocol a try. I don't know. Froggy says, wish chicken wings did not get so expensive. They are pretty pricey. What up, Breezy? Yeah, like I said, the EV is what most people suggest for first hero. How is DDA holding up? Well, they just put the split screen update in. But when they were announcing the split screen update, they also dropped a big tease about potential content in the future. Something involving the toilet paper man, as Aramir likes to call him, in the background, the Mesmer, in the background on the summit fight, that big boss. So they teased that there could be something happening with it. So, I mean, of course, that makes me think that there's going to be like a Great Old One fight like DD1 had, and it's going to involve that guy. But that's like pure optimism, you know? So yeah, just no word currently on what was up with those teases. He's going to be slinging toilet paper. That Great Old One fight in DD1 will catch you off guard. Yeah, it would be good. It would be good. What's going on there, Snow Obsidian? How you doing? I don't know. Right now, for me personally, in gaming, there's, we're waiting for a DD2 update. So, of course, I'll be excited to play that when it pops. We got a tease with DDA that we don't know if it meant anything. Was it even real? Because they haven't given us any more information. And then we got a Stardew Valley update pending, Stardew 1.6. And the developer actually said on Twitter a few weeks ago that 1.6 is much larger than what he originally intended it to be. And then he said that they're done with the content and they're in bug fixing mode. So, I mean, I guess depending on how many bugs there are to fix, that could be popping really soon. You would think that the 7 Days to Die developers would want to get some testing time in on Alpha 22 before they roll it out to consoles. Because remember, that's what's coming to consoles. So, I mean, all they said is that it's going to launch sometime in 2024. But you would think they would want to get that on the experimental build on PC to get some testing done on it before they roll it to consoles. DDA is a great game. The downside about DDA is the amount of playtime is much less than what you would get out of DD2 or DD1. I actually have everything. I don't have any of the... Well, we got a Series X. I guess that's a new one. But that's kind of my wife's. She is an Xbox junkie. But I've got a PS4, a Switch. I mean, I never use either of them. the PS4 has actually been relegated to Netflix duty. It's like the only time I ever turn it on is to play something on Netflix. And then the Xbox gets all the play from the wife, and my Switch, I see it over there, sitting in the corner, collecting all that dust. I just don't play on the Switch, you know? I think I would have used the Switch a ton back when I worked in the casino, but I didn't get the Switch until after that. And I just don't use it, you know? What's going on, Kenji? How you doing? Any goods on the alt? Nothing. I used my Switch when DD2 launched on the Switch. I play Mario Kart with the wife every once in a while. We actually haven't played in a long, long time. I won't get the new Switch that comes out. Nah, JC. I can't afford to buy a new console, especially one that I would probably not use all that much. Especially with my PC in need of upgrades. You know, I mean, if I had an extra 400 or 500 bucks to spend right now, I would dump it into my PC. I mean, I want to start using a webcam again, but the crappy Logitech webcams that every starting streamer uses, the quality on those is just so bad. I just can't see adding that when the quality's so bad. Let's see. We got nothing really to be overly concerned about here, I don't believe. On the entire map, for that matter. Let's do that. Yeah, we got no controlled burns, no bullet sponges, no nothing. Oh, they definitely will. I mean, it's pretty clear that it's pretty clear that they don't want pet builds in DD2. You know, they've made that very clear over the years. So even though it's way less damage than what you can do on a hero that's decked out, it's not intended, you know? Oops. It's not, you know, it's not working as intended. So it, without a doubt, will get slapped. I mean, there's zero doubts. That's why it amazes me seeing people spend so much gold on them. Unless you just got the gold to throw away, don't spend a bunch of gold on something that you know is going to get nerfed. That's just dumb, you know? Destruction, boosted power. And I think I've got Vamp on my boost aura, and I got Diffusion on my buff beam. Yeah, it just makes no sense. Well, it's people that, you know, the people selling them for 100 million are taking advantage of people that don't know any better. And the people that don't know any better are either under the assumption that it's supposed to be that way, and it's just a really good pet to get, or they think I'm going to use this to help my progression because I don't want to put together an actual DPS hero. And when it gets nerfed, it gets nerfed. And then they'll complain about it then. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I mean, you know, obviously, I think it's clear to everyone that it's not working as intended. I wish it was working as intended. But the problem with putting a pet build into DD2 now is it would completely break early game. It would make early game completely a joke, and no new player would play it. See, I mean, you can't, having pet builds in a game, you still got to be able to put a set of gear together, and a set of mods and shards, etc. When all you need is one shard and a pet, and you blast everything, well, I mean, clearly that's way out of balance, I wish there was pet builds. It's not a joke. It's a joke for you. It's not a joke for brand new players. I mean, the majority of players don't ever pass Chaos 2. So, I mean, you got to look at it from a new player perspective, not someone who's been playing the game for years, There are other fun, grindable games. I mean, there's not very many action defense games. You got the Sanctum games, the Orcs Must Die games, and Dungeon Defenders games. And Sanctum and Orcs Must Die games are both not grind games. They're more strategic. Like, you practice what you do, and when you get good at it, you go in and you get the big scores and all that stuff. It's not a gear-based game, so there's no grind. And then Sanctum is more about creating the maze. So, I mean, there's just not a lot of games in that genre. Yeah, very niche genre. Tower defense in general is basically mobile rules it, I mean, Bloons games, Kingdom Rush games, they're all just way, way bigger than Dungeon Defenders games. And it's because of just, to quote the Blizzard developers, don't you guys have phones? That's why mobile games are so popular, And then a game like Bloons, that's on mobile where you can play it a little bit at a time, I mean, mobile is just huge. Look at the numbers on the reports on dollars spent in the gaming industry. I mean, mobile just rules the roost, But, I mean, for me, as far as grind games, I play a lot of ARPGs, which, some can get grindy. Well, it's so big because there's just the number of devices, I mean, add up how many people have actual gaming PCs, how many people have PlayStations, how many people have Xboxes, and there's probably, if you add all those and put them together, there's probably many times more numbers of people that have a mobile device, So it's ruled by quantity. Obviously a game on console or a game on PC is always going to look better, normally have more to it in most cases than any mobile. But everybody's got a phone. A lot of people have tablets, And then most mobile games are, obviously there's some variances there, but for the majority of mobile games are not designed to be played hours at a time, Well, I mean, not some people, the majority of people don't have the time, that a lot of others do. I mean, if you're working a job 40 hours a week and you're married and you've got kids, Well, I mean, that's a large portion of the world's population meets that description. Works a full-time job, has kids. You don't have time to be sitting there playing a PC game for hours. You know, you get a little time. Yeah, you can play the game. I mean, like I said, I play Arc Knights. That's a mobile game. I play it with an emulator. I haven't even downloaded Google's PC thing now. I still use an emulator just because I'm used to it. Quantity does matter when you consider a large portion of mobile games are monetized with ads. Quantity is more ads. Additionally, with that exact description you just gave, with the whales and the people who dump massive cash into mobile games, well, I mean, if you got a game that 5 million people play, you're a lot more likely to have a whale than a game that 1,000 people play. You know, quantity matters huge. I mean, all of marketing is all about quantity. Every marketing analysis you will ever see in any business is how much of a return you got on your investment. You know, how many eyes, from a marketing perspective, how many eyes saw this thing versus the amount of money it cost. Was that 20? Yep, that was 320. All right. So it's huge. It's absolutely enormous compared to, you know, I mean, how many people on all platforms are logged in right now playing Dungeon Defenders 2? Maybe 1,000 with everything put together, including alts, of course. I mean, if you take the alts out of the deal, of course, it's a lot lower number, but including alts, figures probably 1,000 people on line right now. Well, yeah, I mean, Apple gets the double dip. They get the quantity and the price tag, and they don't have to offer the quality. You know? Apple is the prime glaring example of corrupt corporation overcharging for low quality products in comparison to what else is out there. I know some people would agree. I've never been an Apple fan, so I'm very biased in that conversation. But on that same note, I also own very few Apple products, and I'm just not interested in giving them any money. Yeah, that's how it works. Sadly. It's like Microsoft syndrome. Slap a new tag on it and change the year, change the number on the tag on the sticker that you put on the box, and recharge people. All right, so here's the deal, y'all. Obviously I can't pull it up here, but my alt, actually I can pull it up, can I? Let me see. No? Not there? Let's see. Is that the alt? No, they're both the main. Alright, never mind. I guess I can't get my alts in here to show you, but I am at the very first quest, Dragonfall Adventurer. Travel across Dragonfall, defend the lands from various threats. So it's basically go through and complete the adventures. Well, you want to go through and complete them to get the gems. But you have to do 12 maps. Now, I'm assuming I already did the first 3, maybe? I just don't know. I'm assuming I did these 3 maps. I guess I can always leave group. Or I guess it's not going to tell me. On my alt, I never did the adventures. My main, of course, I've done everything. Let me see. I guess I can look at the achievements, huh? What's up, Ken? How you doing? Where are those listed? Oh, here we go. Dead Road, Temple of Necrotic, Rampart Siege, Assault on Throner and Harbinger, Plunderers, and Jacked Sparrow. So I am at the Dead Road stuff. I think that's where I'm at. Normal or hard, does it really matter? So we want... Yeah, I guess I did the Blinking Zone. That's 3 maps. So now we got to do these. Dead Road and Temple. But anyone that hasn't done these, feel free to hop in and join me. I'm on US West. And as long as you drop the mana and hit G, I will happily slap down that 1 flame Arbor lane that it's going to take to beat this. If you need it on your ult. So, you know, a lot of people haven't done these things just because it was their alt, and I didn't care about the free gems because I wasn't going to spend any money on the alt account past the the starter pack I bought or whatever. So I just never bothered, you know. And then the new Questline came around, which I should have done just for the Defender medals and inventory space, but I just never bothered with it either. So it'll be a nice, nice little reward for knocking these out. All right, and I mean, what do you even do? You just do this, right? I don't have one this week. To be honest with you, I got a little sidetracked by the kind of wrapping things up in Pal World and then getting myself all worked up about Last Epoch. And I forgot to do a Sunday chill build this week. So we'll probably have to skip a week there. Either that or I'll record one tonight and put it out tomorrow. But with the Super Bowl this afternoon, I won't be doing any more recording or anything until after that's all done, and probably after, well, I can't imagine we're going to have dinner because we're going to be snacking all day during the Super Bowl. But until later tonight. What is going on? Why is there no... Oh, here they come. Like, where are all the baddies at? So what I've already got the first zone's gems, I believe. So I should still get 300 gems out of the deal on my alt from the next 2. No, I'm not going to buy a range pylon. It's not something I would suggest a new player do. You don't have to. I mean, you know, it's just getting your mass destruction shard is such a trivial thing. It's just a matter of doing it. I mean, literally anyone that's played the game at all and just has the basic stuff, defense rate, destruction, just that alone, completing it is just beyond trivial. So it's not a mastery tutorial. It's what's the easiest way to get mass destruction, in my opinion. You know, and of course everyone's opinions would vary there a little as far as what maps to do. It's adventure. It's for my alt, Ken. I've never done the adventures on my alt. So with that in mind, I've also never completed the new player quest line on the alt. And there's a lot of rewards there, you know. Besides the free gems on adventure are just a bonus. You didn't do it on your main yet? There's a lot of good stuff there, Cake. It's worth going through. I mean, you've already got all the shards and everything that you need, probably. I'm assuming. Why am I bothering upgrading? Good lord. Habits. It's worth going through that in... You know, it's all going to be fully trivial AFK for you since you're already got gear. You're going to just blast it. But yeah, it's a good bunch of rewards. You know, the gems are, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if they intended to leave the gems in there. Because remember, the gems were there as a reward to get people to do it when we didn't have the new player quest line. Oh yeah, free stuff, always best stuff, for sure. God, this map feels like it runs super slow in adventure. It's because everything's dying instantly, so there's long times in between the waves, I think. Thanks for subscribing there, Winky. I do appreciate it. Pop my... I want to pew on stuff. There ain't gonna be nothing that lives long enough to pew on, huh? What bow do I got on? I got that single 4. Let's go with the bling. I want to get a good tsunami all dialed in. I just think that bow's cool. I like that shot type. And the damage scaling on it is pretty good. You look at Artie's damage sheets. It's right under Earth Guardians. It's like a Earth Guardians is like 3.76 damage per point of hero damage, and the Tsunami is like 3.75. It's real close. What up, Millsy boy? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. My bow, this bow is not glorious, but it's usable, and I have terrible luck on these incursion weapons getting a roll. But yeah, I'll show it to you in a minute. My best damage bow is that single 4, that regular old ground drop. But the Bling King is really good for lane clear. Well, I mean, the single target is what you need for later in game. You know, when you refuse to hop on your barb for boss fights, you need the good single target damage. But yeah, I got this one. Bouncing Phoenix and Focus Power, and this is my DPS bow here. Focus Power, Bouncing Phoenix, and Lucky Strikes. And then, you know, Charge Shot doesn't do anything for me with this one, but I'm not going to bother resharding. And I love Stand Your Ground, but I never remember to stand still, so I probably shouldn't be using that one. I jump around way too much. The Bling mod is trash. It gives your Charge Shot this flamethrower effect, which is just not worth using. I mean, it's fun for memes, but it's 100% not worth. And to get that flamethrower, you give up Charge Shot, basically. It turns your Charge Shot into that. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool, and it's fun situationally for memes, but the damage output of it is awful. It's just not worth doing overshooting them, you know? Like, because the regular shot is splash damage. So you're getting the AoE anyway out of the regular shot, and it's just considerably more damage. It applies a dot too, the little flamethrower does. I thought there'd be somebody else out there that didn't have these adventures completed that would want to run through it, but I guess everybody's done them, or doesn't feel like it. Which, you know, I mean, it's understandable. Quite boring. Quite boring. We'll just next map it. At some point, I'll get loaded in here. When do you think? Well, I mean, they don't have anything in development right now, as far as I know. So, I mean, it takes, what, 5 years? 3 years, 5 years to make a good game? So, certainly won't be a DD3 within the next 3 years. Yep, the Shard Vault will be quite nice for sure. And no campaign level 10s, please. No 10s today, game. No 10s. Yesterday, yeah, 50 is a good stopping point. As the first 50 are just so free, you know. After 50, you gotta put in the time to do the maps. But nothing wrong with that. There, Costas. Nothing wrong with that at all. Haven't played any DD game in ages. That's fair. Yeah, 10 out of 10 anti-skeleton would be fine there, Dan. The shield roboter. Well, I mean, just because you use the word robot, I'm assuming you're talking about the EV. But yeah, the EV is really good. It's not meta like it was back in the day with the weapon mans and the reflect beams, but it's still definitely a meta support hero for getting elemental combos in, or just the reflect beam itself being reflecting. The only thing with the pole arms is I'm assuming there's going to be some cool pole arms, you know? So pre-farming one now, you'll have one to use. I wouldn't refer to the EV's DPS as nuts. It's usable. It's definitely not nuts. In a world of dual wielding, the EV cries that in every other Dungeon Defenders game they get 2 weapons, yet in DD2 they only get 1. So the EV is not happy about that situation. She told me, she pissed. She's like, what the fuck? DD1 had it. DDA had it. Why not DD2? The Barbon Mercenary get it. This is like the perfect floor is lava map. To play a little floor is lava. Absolutely the perfect one. It's fun. One definitely not strong, but it's fun. I mean, fun should always win. You know? You know, we all like to become such a slave to the numbers. A lot of times the numbers end up beating fun. But yeah, man, fun should always win. I actually want to get another ability power EV set up and running. I just haven't put a whole lot of effort into it. Into getting it going. But I really enjoy a ability power EV. I don't play the Gunwitch very much anymore. The Gunwitch suffers from the Hunter syndrome for me. Or, pardon me, the Huntress syndrome for me. And that was, I used it so much for so long. It's just not super fun for me anymore. Like, I just cannot play a Huntress at all anymore. I played the Huntress for so long. You know, back in the super early days of the game, the Huntress was the only really viable DPS hero. The Squire was decent back then too, but you had to enjoy the slapping, you know? Which I'm not really a fan of melee and third-person games. Or first-person games, for that matter. I like melee and isometric view games, where they're like ARPGs and stuff. I don't know. I always prefer to shoot in a third person or first person game. But yeah, the Gunwitch, I mean, I was on the Gunwitch every day for years. And it just made me, you know, it's kind of like the Monk now too. You know, I mean, I played the Monk so much for so long. I just don't want to play the Monk. So, I mean, I was stoked when the Hunter came into the game. I do enjoy playing the Hunter actively. But I haven't played an ability power EV in a long time, and that's what, you know, I think just the variety and doing something different is a big draw for me on that one. I could slap my engineer's gear on my EV, but of course on the engineer you use buff chips, and the EV is not going to benefit from that. I'll definitely play the new hero when it comes out. I'm hoping it's not a melee hero. I do enjoy the engineer. I still play the engineer from time to time. Right now, for me, it's usually Countess probably gets the most play right now. The Hunter probably gets the second most play. And then the Engineer, the third most play. For me personally. And then I've got my Mercenary really close to being done. I gotta get a few more shards gilded. But the problem the Mercenary is going to have is, once again, it's down to I just enjoy ranged heroes more in third-person games. So, although I'll use the Mercenary, it probably won't get near as much play. Like, I wouldn't use the Countess as much if it didn't have the weaker ranged attack. I use the ranged attack more than the melee attack, for sure, on the Countess. Well, I mean, the deal with Weapon Mans is you just can't upgrade them, you know? So it's just never going to win the DPS battle, since you can't upgrade it. Just one of those things. If they redid the weapons and made them cooler, and made it so that any group member could use them, I think that would probably be better. But, of course, I'd like to have it so that we could upgrade it. I'm doing adventure mode now. I mean, I don't have a goal as far as the resets. I mean, I might go to 200. I might only go to 70. I don't really know. If it becomes mind-numbingly dull and I'm not enjoying it anymore, that's where I'll stop. Or at least take a break from it for a while. Luckily, since it's an alt, it's no big deal if I want to take a break. Got your laptop up and running. Nice there, DJ. Going on, Shion? How you doing? You're going to stop at 150? You said you were going to stop at 100, Aramir. When Aramir says he's going to stop at 150, that means he'll stop for 3 days and play something else before deciding to go to 200 instead. I'm not really interested in that sort of grind. For trying to get the most resets. That and, you know, I mean, Savage Beast is not... He's all over it. If anybody got close to him, he would kick it into overdrive and reset more, I bet. Boy, I done derped my inventory with all these grays, huh? Screwed up all my bags. But I think that might be it. This one we can just sell all. All right. Now, did I get gems? I didn't look for the pop-up. I don't know if I actually got any gems. On the alt. I don't think I got the gems. Maybe I did. Let's do another zone. And I'll look then. I don't remember where I was at. I'm at 1495. right now. I'm 5 short of getting the next Defender pass on the alt, assuming they roll out at 1500 again. Yeah, I tried to get it up on screen earlier, but couldn't seem to get it done. Let me see. Actually, there it is there. No, that's not it. There it is. So yeah, there's the alt. So I'm at 5 of 12 now on the Dragonfall Adventurer. And I don't think I got gems for that. I'm not positive. Not positive. Well, let's hop into the next zone. What would the next one be? Is it Harbinger? Alright, so we got Rampart Siege, Assault, and then the Harbinger's the Harbinger's Warship. Anybody that needs them, feel free to join. I'm on US West. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Rampart Siege. Dragonfall is burning. Oh, man. Jeez. Let's see. Does it have flyers up here on adventure mode? I'm not even sure. We'll find out. I'm curious now if I got gems for that one. I wish I would have checked. I gotta check this time. I'm glad that they changed these maps up enough to make them different, instead of just reusing the same map again. So it's nice that they added something to it. What am I using on the dragon? I don't know. I'll look here in a minute. I think defense crit chance is probably a good one, and then maybe diverse crit chance. I think I might have diverse crit and diverse crit chance and damage, but I don't remember. I'll have to look here. The thing with the dragon, depending on how you're building, is you want to get it to 100% crit chance. So if you're building it in an area with lots of other defenses around, of course you'll get a big value out of diverse on it. In fact, I think I should change mine, to be honest. I don't know. I'll have to look at it and see what's on it. I may end up changing it, though. I've changed it a couple times. I started off with uniques on it, and then survival landed, and, you know, you could just get so much more damage by going diverse instead. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using diverse crit chance and diverse crit damage. Now, when I build my dragons, I always throw a lot of stuff around it. Like, you know, of course you'll have the dragon's nest around it for the motherly instinct, but I'll always throw in like an oil catapult and a flat cannon just to get 2 more defenses down for diverse. I think that regular crit chance would be better than diverse, though. I'm not sure what I'll change that to. And then, you know, destruction, mass destruction, all for one is what I use. Then if it's a situation where you're going to have 2 of them down, just get rid of all for one and pop in defense rate. But yeah, depending on how you're using it, you want to get to 100% crit chance. Put that in for the flyers there, in case they don't dip low enough. That big old dragon's a beast, though. That's for damn sure. Just shreds. God, these feel like they run so slow. I mean, I know they're not running slow. It's just the enemies are dying instantly, so there's the big gaps in between waves, but God, it feels like it's just grueling. Yeah, I want to farm up a tsunami, though. This is the best one I got right now. 34,208. I guess I should just use that one, but like this Blingomitis I settled on just because I could not get a roll on it. And that tsunami is way better than the Blingomitis. The Blingomitis' roll. But like this one, that one's low too. That's what, like a 80% roll or whatever. But I've never really put a big sense of urgency on those secondary stats. It does so little. It's more just for your own personal, your own personal satisfaction getting the super high roll. Like with the secondaries on weapons, there's nothing in the game that you can't do with a minimum roll on the secondary that you could do with a maximum roll on the secondary. You know? Like, not one instance in the entire game. But on the same note, you know, want to get as much of all the things as we can, just because that's the game. Max out the stuffs. So I'm hoping to have some more giveaways for tomorrow. And then we've got that giveaway ending tonight at midnight. So if you're not in that giveaway, exclamation giveaway in chat, we'll give you a link to it. Get yourself entered. But yeah, I'd like to be able to do some giveaways on stream tomorrow, but it's all about whether or not I'll have anything to give away. It'll be all about the YouTube views today and tomorrow. Well, today. So if y'all want giveaways tomorrow, you got to go watch those new player progression videos I'm doing for getting mass destruction. I don't expect veteran players to go and watch those, but that's how I'm going to get giveaways right now. Because it's all based off of the new videos, not the old videos, you know? So even though the old videos people might be watching, if people aren't watching the new videos, I won't get any giveaway codes. Better start checking my inventory here. Unskippable cutscene for the loss. Luckily, it's a short one. Not too bad. There's nothing worse than the unskippable cutscenes in games that are like 3 minutes long. It's like, oh my god. Don't force me to watch this, damn it. 3 seasons into Diablo 4 now, and I still don't know the story. It's so funny. Exactly. I was right there standing next to Aramir skipping all those cutscenes as we played through. Yep. Believe it or not, Diablo 4 does have a story. All right, what do we got here? Nothing. That's it. That's the story. Barb, one tap everything, you win. You just summed up the entirety of the story. The story is Barb, one tap everything, you win. / Lilith. / Lilith do bad things. But not to worry, because Barb one tap Lilith too. Remember speedrunning Dishonored and the boat cutscenes after each level were so long? They were longer than the level? Oof. Diablo was pretty mixed. It had about half... Actually, there was probably more things that you could skip than there was that was forced watchable. Path of Exile, I have skipped the dialogue with everything every time. You know what did it for me, y'all? I know people are big fans of it. But Final Fantasy 14... Is it 14? The online one? Whatever the Final Fantasy MMO online one is. There's so much forced watch stuff through that. It drove me absolutely insane. Like, just can't even play that game anymore. I mean, it's a visual novel. The campaign is, anyway. I know if I would have gotten past that, I probably would have fell in love with the game. But I just couldn't get past it. Exclamation giveaway in chat. There's skills. Win the giveaway, and you got yourself whatever giveaway item you want. Yeah, see, I never made it that far, Horizon. I made it through, like, the first few zones. I was debating on quitting after that just because there was just so much story that I was completely uninterested in. And then the final straw was I was sitting in one of the cities and went AFK, and I came back to getting, you know, basically camped on by a bunch of people playing like Billy Joel songs. And I just like, nah, I'm done. A bunch of furries playing Billy Joel songs. What the hell? It's not what I signed up for. Not that I have any problem with furries or with Billy Joel, but just neither one of them are my flavor, you know? You skipped everything you could to get caught up to your friends, then they stopped. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I do enjoy a good MMO, but I'm very susceptible to getting very hooked on them and spending way too many hours on. So many people giving you shit for skipping the story as well. That's no good. That's one of the things I like so much about ARPGs is you can get lots of gameplay and lots of fun out of it, but you can stop at any time and come back later in a new season or league or whatever. As soon as you mention that you skip Final Fantasy IV, well, I mean, so many people play it for that. I just don't play games for the story. I mean, I've played a few. I enjoyed that game, The Quarry. That horror werewolf game. And that's 100% story mode game. But with Final Fantasy, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't want to play it for the story, you know? I wanted to play it for the end game, that there was just no way I was going to get through all that story to get to. And that was the real problem with Final Fantasy for me. Well, my problem was I did it on stream. If I did it off a stream, I could have just skipped everything. But when you've got a game like that people love the story so much and you're live streaming it and you're getting your first experience, same thing. I mean, you can't skip the stuff, you know? Destiny 2 had sections that were really good. Like the Forsaken storyline was really good. The end of the main campaign, when you're out on that, like out on that ship. Alexander, thank you so much. I wonder why it didn't pop up. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you an absolute ton. I do appreciate it. Yeah, but the end of the main campaign, the first campaign, when you were going through, you were out on that, like on the exterior of that spaceship, and you had to avoid the little solar rays or whatever. That little stretch was like a seriously epic feeling. And then the Forsaken story was good. That's where they went bad. They went bad before that. They went bad for when I quit playing it. I quit playing it because of shit, man. I don't remember. I can never remember which DLC or expansion it was called. It was the one with the stupid ghost lady that you had to go talk to, and like there was clearly nothing invested into the cutscenes or anything. And it was like that same cutscene with the crackhead-looking ghost lady, and she just had different lines each time. It was it. So I was before the vaulting. When they started vaulting, man, that just, to me, I don't know, man. You charge for this content. You got to keep that content in the game, you know? You can't be vaulting things that people pay for. It's just rude. I do feel like they had the gunplay dialed in that game, though. It was fun. And there was a spell where the PvP was really fun as well. The Ace of Spades slash shotgun era was an absolute blast, I thought. I had so much fun with that. And then I quit right at the end. It was when they had that Eris storyline, and there was a meta of the one punch build in PvP, which I did play it for a day and had an absolute blast running around one-shotting everybody. But it got boring real quick, you know? PvP would have been way better if abilities were disabled. I spent I had a short time, probably a day or two doing that too with that, what was that warlock ability? Like throwing the big hand grenade that blew everybody up. I can't remember what the ability was called. But I played with that for a day or two and had fun with it. Yeah, the handheld supernova, that was it. I blew some mofos up with that. But once again, it came around to it got really boring. You know, if you got your handheld supernova off, you won. If you didn't get your handheld supernova off, you were gonna die. You're missing a word there, Cake. You're missing a word. What an unfortunate accident. You forgot the blow. It's blowing up, not blowing. You got to throw the up in there. It's a requirement. Terrible, man. Just terrible. All right, I got to check the gems after this one because this is another... This should be the third zone. Oh, come on, cutscene. Be over with. Take it, dude. Just take it. It's fine. All right. At least this one is like instant. After you sit through the cutscene, the map is over. You know? Do the Harbinger? The Harbinger or the Harbinger? I don't know why they never renamed this one. Unless, is this the Harbinger? Did he turn into this other Harbinger? Did the Harbinger turn into this Harbinger? They should have called this one like the Harbinger's Construct or something like that. Alright, Defender of Etheria just popped up. Let's check the gem situation. The Harbinger's pet? Yeah. Right, let's see. Did I get gems? I did get gems. All right. So there we go. My next battle pass is covered. Yay!
The sun rises on a perfect summer morning.
Oh, more unskippables.
Such a painful day.
What's going on, Nemesis? How you doing?
Was destroyed, and the Harbinger's shadow remains. Where has he gone? What will he do next? The heroes are left to dwell on these questions, the answers to which might very well be found within the crystal of Dragonthorn. Overwhelmed, the prince turns away from his broken home. The magnitude of his father's death.
Yeah, the next battle pass comes with the next
Somewhere
update.
in the sadness, he must find purpose,
I'm doing good, man.
strength.
Preparing for a little debauchery this afternoon with the Super Bowl. There's going to be some junk food eating and booze guzzling. I don't even care who wins, but it's an opportunity to eat a bunch of food that's bad for you and to drink beer. So that is what I'm going to do this afternoon. Now I'm at the shitty part of there actually is no more gems, because that's the first 3 zones. So my alt won't get any more gems out of it. That kind of stinks. Chiku, what's up, man? How you doing? I almost did it the other day, Chico. I almost did it. I went to log into DD1 and play a little bit. And then I realized I still had the test build going. And didn't feel like switching over and downloading the new version, even though it would have only taken 2 seconds. But yeah, I almost did it. I just know that that is like, you know, it's like the crack cocaine. If I pop in and I start playing it again, I will end up losing massive amounts of sleep. DD1? DD1 is a crazy good game. I don't know why I'm even bothering selecting hard. Alright, so that was the Harbinger. Deeper well only to late game? Oh my god, dude. That is going to be a grinder. Holy shit. It's in Redux. You would have to do it in Redux, wouldn't you? Yeah. To get the gear. Just so many grind games. That is the thing. That's my problem, is all the games I really like are all grind games. And you only have so many hours in the day, you know? And that's the challenge. But yeah, I mean, Dungeon Defenders 1 is a legendary game. It's the game that started it all. Oh wow, 14 hours in, you've completed Ascension Deeper Well. That's beast. But yeah, when you become addicted to nothing but grind games, your time quickly gets consumed. You know? Only so many hours in the day. I'm going to give this range pylon and diffusion just to make the map run quicker, so it'll reach the flyers out there. If you were in the base game, you'd be pretty much done with the challenge already. That's crazy, man. Go Skyguard. You all the things. It's been going good. I haven't been really grinding it real hard. I just been kind of chilling. I've been playing it on stream mainly. Encoding overload. I got an encoding overload. Sorry about the frames there, y'all. Let me not run around and look at the ocean. Or get rid of that window and see if that helps it. Yep, that got it. I had that my alts window open. Just I had this one on top of it. So it was trying to process the video on both of them. This map is a performance hog because of the water. Rendering all those waves. In fact, when this map launched, a lot of people had problems with this map running because of the water. They made it go a long way. I mean, you can see where it drops off. Right about there on the screen. But they made the water go out really, really far. I'm sure I will dip back into some more DD1 at some point on stream. I do have to get in and play around with the Hermit a little bit more. I hear from so many people that the Hermit created new metas. And I haven't experienced any of that. I'm still a LT stacker. LT stacker / Aura spammer. Only a few more maps to do here and we're all done. Is there something stuck down there? No, it died. No, it was inside of the spawn. There was something stuck in there. Looks like my inventory's filling with grays again. A few of the adventure maps and a few of the incursion maps are like that. It's great if you want to farm the skins. Go in and fill your bags with grays and you got lots and lots of other models of various skins on things to look at. If you're trying to get yourself a coconut butt all dialed in, you know, that is the way to get it. The rest of the new player quest line will just happen. expeditions, onslaught. The only thing that won't happen on its own is mastery. But I'll probably just spam through that to get a mass destruction. Or another mass destruction. I've got the mass destruction on the alt from incursions, but I don't have the mastery one. But like doing AP resets, just doing the, you know, just the regular AP resets and the expedition onslaught portions of the new player quest line will just auto-complete. Clear out some of these grays so my bags don't get spammed too heavily. But yeah, if you're looking for any of these gray skins to upgrade, you know, look at that, damn near minimum roll. But you can go through and find yourself, you know, you get spammed so much stuff, you're bound to find a good roll on something, you know? You will. I, however, cannot find anything that's close on the high end. Yeah, not crap, huh? That, and you see something that is perfect roll and campaign level, it may not be perfect roll after you upgrade it, you know? If you only have 8 out of 10, then you're not at the defense rate cap, tragic beats. So you need to throw a defense rate shard in with it. The other mods, being 8 out of 10 is not really going to affect it a ton. It'll be less damage. But for defense rate, it is, you know, it's going to directly affect the overall power in a major way. So sadly in that, you're just going to miss out on something because you're not going to be able to, you're either not going to be able to stack destruction and mass destruction, or you're not going to be able to use the gargoyle shard to get the ignite. So you're going to have to give something up to get it to a usable point, really. Yeah, I mean, that's the difference. I've got a 10 out of 10 defense rate mod, which allows me to free up a shard slot. That way I can use destruction and mass destruction. And that's going to be a big difference. To have setups like that where you can just spam through stuff, you gotta put the work in and get them fine-tuned, you know? Without having them tuned up, you're just gonna have issues. But yeah, being able to add mass destruction in, you take your same build that you're doing and then add 70% defense power. It's pretty substantial, you know, and that's the difference between what I'm using versus what you're using. %70 more defense power is a big chunk. God, man, that shard vault is going to be so nice. His load times are over the top. Gives you time to look through your alt inventory that loads in right away. But that's about the only benefit. Jesus, and we've already got that many more grays again. Didn't realize the EV had chrome skins. Oh, yeah. I think I got all the captain spawns, don't I? I'm not sure. I think so. For that there. I guess we will find out. Yeah, actually, captains will spawn up here too, won't they? Like right here. Or is that only incursions? I'm not sure. It's been so long since I've done this. There, it's certainly got it covered now. Wrecked. I love that. Map has got some awesome awesome exploration with the little cosmetic and all that good stuff in here. Isn't there a big eyeball in here somewhere, or is that only after the map? Maybe that's at the end of the map, when you do the secret or whatever. There's no info on it. Other than it's coming at some point in 2024. They made it sound like they want to try to get it out in the Seas of Dragonfall update, but they haven't done any confirmation or anything on that. The only thing that they've publicly said is that they're working on it, and then they want to get it done, or in that their plans are to have it out to us at some point in 2024. Crit damage servo, probably not worth a whole lot. Let me look. There's a sheet and helpful links in my Discord server that's got a rough idea of what things are worth. Let's see. Crit damage. 5 million gold is what the sheet says. And then here's the spreadsheet so you can look stuff up. That is not 100%, but it gives you a kind of a rough idea of what things are worth. The market in DD2 is completely blown out and majorly unstable, so there's no real set pricing on things. You know, there's people that have insane amounts of gold. There's also people buying gold with real money, etc. Oh, the eyeball's only at the end. It's fair, it's fair. I do too, Aramir. I kind of do too. The only thing that's keeping me from starting another Terraria playthrough right now is all of the other upcoming games that I want to play. But it's been a long time. I mean, it's been, I want to say, at least 2 years since I've played through Terraria. I mean, it's a good game. There's nothing wrong with that. I gotta try something different next time I play it. Like I'm always so hard set on the mage set, basically, and going after that Razorblade Typhoon from Duke Fishron. Like, that thing is so beast, you know? Dang, man, still getting spammed with grays. You almost always go summoner. I've never done a summoner playthrough. I mean, I've played around with the summoner. That was how you use the summoner a lot of times in those automated Moonlord arenas. The AFK Moonlord arenas. The summoner was always a good component on that. Yeah, I'll probably never play Terraria Hardcore. I die to too many slimes. Too many slimes. I start not looking and try to fail jump over them and land right on them and get munched. Now I'm wondering, I didn't have an achievement pop up for that first area I cleared. So I'm assuming I did that area prior to the new player quest line being a thing. I usually build out a real nice arenas. That's part of the fun for me with Terraria, is building the boss arenas. I usually didn't try to brute force it. I would, actually build it a proper arena. I didn't have an achievement pop up then either. Maybe it'll come after the cutscene. I'm gonna have to look at my alts stuff again. Oh, I got a defender pack, but no achievement popped up. Maybe I had already done this. Prior to the new player quest line coming. Let me see what it says on the collections on my alt here. It says all I've got to do is complete Drakenfrost Resort and Drakenfrost Keep. Alright, well, let's knock those out real quick. Why is it not letting me join? Because I didn't select a difficulty? Yep. I don't play Terraria for insanely difficult content. Like, I know there's lots of stuff. There's seeds, and then there's various mods that ramp it up. I'm more of a casual Terraria player. Like, I enjoy the grind and mining it up and putting the sets together and all that stuff, but I'm not in it for the sweat mode. Just the game itself and the progression, how it works, and the various things you can do with automation and with building once you start wiring. I really enjoy that aspect of the game. In fact, I've put a lot of time into automating boss arenas to fight bosses AFK. For me, that's the most fun. Alright, are we going to get spammed with grays again? I hope not. I don't want to sit here and have to go through give it a range pylon. There's an advanced thing you can make to produce items, any item in the game that you want. That's kind of cool. I did a whole series on it on my YouTube channel, Lenny, going through it all and everything. Just search for efficient ancient power resets, and it should pop that video up as #1. But it's a whole series of videos if you want to see it actually being done, too. As with farming most things in DD2, it's all about having an alt, basically. Have an alt that carries you through the things, and then you have an alt that's sitting there collecting extra gold, crafting materials, etc. The same time. Only 61 mobs, but dang, man, there's long, long breaks in between the waves. Like, the mobs all burn instantly, and then you just have to wait. It'd be cool if there was a way that you could, like, ping the map or hit G or something and make the next wave come. That would be a massive performance issue, though. Because we'd all fire up the map and spam G and get all the waves to come at the same time. And then the game would crash. All hyper shards you get 2 of. You get 1 from mastery, and you get 1 from prime incursion. So you can have 2 of each hyper shard. Mastery is the easiest way to get your first one, because just anybody can get 50 stars, and it's the first, it's the first mastery shard that you get. Inventory's going to be jacked again by the grays. Better check the alt too. Weird, the alt didn't get hardly any. Maybe I just didn't clear it out from the last map. I'm going to say the alt's got like hardly nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do with my defender medals here. As soon as I complete the weekly, I'm going to be at the cap. I should use them to get my mercenary dialed in. All right, one more map and should be done with this mess. And be on to the next part. I gotta check the alt and make sure that I've got all the progression on the quest line. Mirage with the sub. Thank you so much, Mirage. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Here is the alt. Yep, 11 to 12. So this map will complete Dragonfall Adventure. Going good. Going good there, Mirage. Got a little, got some festivities this afternoon. Got some neighbors coming over, and we're gonna eat a bunch of unhealthy food and drink some booze and watch the Super Bowl. So that'll be good. All right. What do we want to do? What do I have with tenacity on it? There we go. It's the 49ers and the Chiefs, which, you know, to be completely honest, I don't really even care who wins. It's more of just a opportunity to grill some food and drink some beers. One of those types of situations. Of course, I can't let my wife hear that because she absolutely hates the 49ers, so she wants the 49ers to lose. We can spawn kill these guys. I think we're good. Or wait a minute, do we not have a boss on this? So I didn't even need to bother with that tenacity, huh? I thought the boss was in adventure mode. I mean, I thought they only changed it for Onslaught, but apparently they changed it for adventure mode too. Yep, did not need to switch relics at all. Well, the boss used to be everywhere, and then people, of course, hated it in Onslaught, so that's why it got changed. They just went a little overboard with the change. I mean, to be honest, the boss shouldn't even be on expeditions. It should be just an incursion thing. All the boss fights should be an incursion thing, in my opinion. And then that's the reason you do the incursion, you know, is for the boss. I mean, I'm glad that it's on expeditions, because you can use it to farm crafting materials as well that you wouldn't get in incursions. Well, I mean, the double freeze would have been fine if the dragons weren't invisible. So that's a product of can't fix it, so nerf it instead. Which has happened quite frequently in DD2, sadly. You know, when you can't see the dragon flying around and knowing what it's about to freeze, having an extra dragon is kind of a big deal then. I mean, it's why we got replay from Wave. It's why Onslaught is one map floors. You know, it's the reason lots of things exist in the game. The whole can't fix it, just change it mentality, you know? Sadly, that was the end of Trendy. That mentality is the reason Trendy no longer exists. Doing a little Warframe grind? Nice, nice. I gotta log into Warframe and get that recent frame that just dropped. What was it? Not too long ago. Hildren Prime? I don't have Hildren yet. I, however, do have 4,000 platinum or 3,000 platinum or whatever, so I'm just going to buy it. I'm not going to bother farming it. Hildren Prime was last year. Who was the recent one? Or the most recent one? Oh, really? Goss. I guess I need two then. I don't think I'll enjoy playing either of those. They'll just be mastery fodder. I got Wisp. I must have just... Or you know what? Maybe I didn't skip Hildren. And it's Grendel and Goss that I don't have. That could be the case. Hildren has never been a frame that I've enjoyed. So I may have it and have just never played it past leveling. Like, level for the mastery and then call it good. The last several stints I've done in Warframe, I've really liked flying around, you know? So I'm always on Titania. And then if I'm not on Titania, I'm usually on Wisp or Octavia. Protea is the next one. Just finished grinding Grendel, Gus, and Wisp today. Nice. Well, I mean, Wisp is such a beast, you know? You gotta have the Wisp. Alright, let's see here. Yep, there's my Destruction Shard, my Mythical Defender pack. Yeah, the order is... I mean, they've changed it slightly because they do that male-male, female-female thing. But the order is usually well known because they release it in order the frames came out, besides the male-male, female-female thing. All right, so let's see. What was that? Speak to Grandma for a free 10K. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll have a chat with the old gal here for a free 10K. Thanks, Grandma. Way to hook it up. 100 defender medals too. And then we are at expeditions, and this one will just auto complete. So I'm not even worried about that one. It's expeditions, then onslaught. Both of those will just auto complete just from doing the AP resets. It's gonna be pretty trivial there. We get a bunch of grays again. Keep that. No 10s. Boo. Let's see. Back over to the main. No 10 out of 10s there either. Lame. Alright, y'all. So, as I mentioned, I am going to get prepared for some gluttonous barbecuing and beer drinking. And going to watch the Super Bowl. So, a little bit of a short one today. I will be live tomorrow, and we'll be doing some more giveaways again. The giveaways I'll be doing will be based on what I have. So, exclamation giveaway in chat. There is a giveaway for a RGB headset that ends tonight on YouTube at midnight my time. So that ends in like, 9 hours. So make sure you get entered in that one. And then additionally, check out the new player progression video I put out. Why should you check that out when you're a veteran player? Well, because if you do, it's likely I could unlock another headset to give away tomorrow. So make sure to watch those videos, and then swing by tomorrow. I'll probably be live around noon or 1 Pacific time, depending on how gluttonous the grilling and beer drinking is today. But anywho, that is going to get it for me for today, though. Let me check it out and see who all is streaming Dungeon Defenders games. See if we can't raid somebody. Oh, wow, there's 71 people watching DD1. Oh, Thales is streaming. All right, well, we got to rate Thales. So let's go ahead and... what is Thales on Twitch? Thales KPL. But anyway, show Thales some love. He... is one of the main admins on the DD1 DD RNG Discord server. So definitely show him some love, throw him a follow, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy, y'all.